Good evening, everyone. Today is Friday, September 12th, 2025, ship date for Monday the 15th. Well, no setups going into Monday. That's just more of a function of the market than anything. I am seeing some super speculative stocks. This PGen, for instance, catching my eye a little bit, but for the most part, these guys are super speculative and they're really not kind of jumping out at me. I know that's not a technical term, but when I say that, if I spend a little time on each chart, I could probably show you some issues. Kind of a flattish type of day, down a smidge, I think, on the day. This PGen looks okay, a little bit on the volatile side, obviously. It's taken off, just kind of melted up and pulled back. A lower price issue, obviously. Longer term, it has some issues. It looks okay. I feel like it's something that I don't really need to put in my portfolio, but if you're looking for something to do, that might be an alternative to something. So it's kind of the same story goes for most of these in here. Now, let's take a look at the portfolio. Sit tight, though. We should see plenty new setups fairly soon. This market could keep on keeping on. ABCL, give it up a little bit. At least we're still above the 30 EMA on that one and consolidating. ATAI, speaking of consolidating, kind of consolidating my trading sideways. Still looks pretty good longer term. KGC actually closed right at all-time highs. Obviously stalling out a little bit. A brace for a correction here. It's due to correct, but you know the routine, one day at a time. You can't get out the way and then hope to get back in, because as soon as you do that, it opens up 10 points the next day or something. So don't feel like you can catch every zig and zag, nor can you avoid every zig and zag. Decent day in KTOS, not too far away from those all-time highs, almost right there on a closing basis. In fact, it's just a smidge below. You know me, I'm a big fan of that. In fact, it's actually right at all-time highs. Yep, just by a few cents. So that's usually and always usually a good thing. So if it keeps banging out some new closing highs, we will continue to or resume bumping that stop up. TFPM down a little bit, but off its worst levels. It is just off all-time highs. Let's take a look at the overall market and drill down a little bit. S&P 500, kind of a narrow range. I feel like there's not a whole lot to report tonight, but there's a couple of things out there that are worth noting. Down a smidge in a day. I wouldn't get too excited one way or the other about that. Now, the NASDAQ Composite did have an okay day. It banged out new highs on a little bit vigor, so obviously that's a good thing. Russell, it's back to its old antics again, down a percent, but still looks pretty good as of late. Take a look at the pot stocks. They've pulled back to the 30 EMA. They still look okay longer term, but ideally I want to see them continue their rally. MAG's banged out new highs with a little bit of vigor. I guess there's more to talk about than I initially thought. Semiconductors, kind of Flatsville, but enough. It did higher by a smidge, and that's enough to keep them at all-time highs. So that's obviously a good thing there. Metals mining overall pulling back a little bit in a choppy, narrow range, inside day type of day. Gold a commodity up a little, and that's keeps it right at new closing highs. And gold stocks off a smidge, but they're just shy of all-time closing highs. Real quick, silver banged out some new highs with a little bit of vigor today. I think that's pretty much it for now. In general, things still look pretty good. You know the routine. Take things one day at a time. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email or hit me up on Facebook. I'll be checking in throughout the weekend. And again, everybody have a great weekend. We'll talk again on Monday, if not sooner. Thank you so much.